let me ask, how many people here have written more than one script? I'm hoping everybody.
Yeah.
If you haven't, you're going to need to do it.
Wait, you forgot to say how many have written, two good scripts, as opposed to just any old thing out of the drawer.
Yeah.
I remember I wrote 7 screenplays while I was in film school that I knew when I finished, it was a process where I knew that I can't send that out. Yeah. It's okay, but this is not quality. It was my 8th script before I actually tried to use my 8th script to try to get agents or managers or anybody interested, because that is right. I mean, you would agree with this statement.
I would say Savior was about my 6th script, yeah.
Okay, and you would agree with the statement that if I sent out just the thing I finished, just to say the very 2nd script I ever wrote in film school, which, trust me, was not very good at all. If I just sent that out, if I started putting out envelopes and mailing that out, and they read it, and it sucked like it really did suck, the chances of me, especially in this computerized age now, of being able to get another script into their hands is very close to nil. Yeah. Because, they'll mark you down as, that guy sucks, no more scripts from him.
And we were having this conversation back here a minute ago about the first time we got some of our scripts read or whatever, and the first time I got something covered, and covered basically means a book report by a studio. They hire readers, and that's what they do. They read scripts and write a little report on it, called coverage. First time I got something covered, it wasn't very good because the script was not very good. Good idea, but not well executed. And there's several different sections, but in the end, there's sort of a commentary section. There's synopsis and story analysis and stuff. But in the little commentary section, the reader, and these readers are usually young people just out of school.
Yeah, I did that.
Read at one point. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people start off reading. But the last sentence was about the script that I wrote. Nothing ever submitted in the future by this writer should be considered. And I kept that piece of paper, and I still have it. That kind of thing is going to happen. However, suddenly I realize now that is on all the computers for all the execs over at Disney. Mm-hmm. So that's not very good for me.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, they all share information now.
Sure, so they all talk.
They all talk.
They come in on
the guys
Monday morning at
Fox and everybody go, have you heard of this guy, Robert? Wait, I think I have something on him, right? And they pull it, print it, and send it over there. And they're and now they're reading that coverage that you just talked about. And so it
probably still exists.
Yeah.
Somebody's computer.
I mean, fortunately, when we came up, it wasn't yet as common to now, it's just a press-attached email document, right? Then it would have been at least a little more complicated to share that information. So today, it's so much easier.
Yeah, so you need to be, first of all, you need to be personally happy with what you're writing, because someone's not going to like it. That's just the way it is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people don't like things I write, and I've been doing it now for 15 years. So you need to at least have that going for you so you feel comfortable. But you also need to be to feel good about it, sending it out to agents and stuff. Some of that has to do. It's important to have people you trust to read it, and people you trust, not just your cousin, your wife, or your friend. You've got to somehow get people who don't know you, at least, are willing to be very honest with you, and kind of know the business. And I know that's kind of tough here, but it's important to know to not write in a vacuum, as you said the other day.
Right. Yeah. This covers this little section in here. I'll let you borrow my. No.
There you go.
No, you're absolutely right. The ways to define it when I would speak it for students is, a key question might be wondering at this point is, well, how do I know that the script I've got is of a quality that I should be sending it out, so that I'm not burning every bridge out there when it hits. And there's only 2 ways to know. One is starts with yourself. You know in your gut this is the best thing you're ever going to write. Right? It starts with that. You've got to believe it 100%. You can't have any doubt that you can get better than this. You might actually surprise yourself and get better than this, but at this point, it is truly in your mind great. And then secondly, concomitant with that, is you've had it read by a few people who might pay you. There's a big difference between your professor read it, your mom and dad read it, your roommate read it, your cousin read it, your brothers and sisters read it, and if they tell you how great it is, that's cool to hear. That's really nice. It encourages you to keep going. But in fact, it's a completely worthless opinion. Completely worthless.
On a business level.
On a business, well, that's what we're talking about right
They
now.
might buy you a beer.
Now, if we want to do hobbies, we can do hobbies,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I thought we were talking about business here. And so on a business level, you need to get it into the hands of a few people who actually could have paid you, right, as just a sample. Just hopefully you've made some friendships. This is why it was so important in some ways to be in LA, but some friendships with people who've had experience paying people or being paid themselves, and they'll tell you what they think. But the people who might have paid you, could have been an entertainment lawyer, could have been a Victoria Wisdom that's coming up later, so it could have been a manager / producer, someone like that. 2 or 3 or 4 of those people, you don't need a lot, who've read the script that you think is awesome that you've written, and who come back and tell you they agree. It's pretty damn good. Then you probably got a win on your hands. Assuming that they come back and tell you, then you probably are in some trouble with that material.